Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you would like to know the price, simply click on the link in the description below. If you enjoy our videos, we'd greatly appreciate if you would buy a watch at JazzTime.com. In fact, you could buy this watch, which is why we're doing this video. So let's take a look. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Chronograph Rose Gold White Dial with black subdials, reference 25960OR.OO.1185OR.02. I'm going to talk to you guys about the case, the bezel, the dial, the subdial, the bracelet, the buckle, the movement, try it on, and give you my thoughts. So let's dive right in. So as I told you at the very beginning of this video, this watch is rose gold. They also call, Audemars Piguet also calls it pink gold. Some people call it rose gold, red gold. Basically it's all the same thing. It's gold mixed with bronze to give it this more pinkish or darker color. Yellow gold is just yellow gold. That's the natural color of gold, and it looks very yellow, as you might imagine. And pink gold adds a little bit of copper to make it have this darker tone. It makes it look less flashy, because sometimes people don't want to wear a precious metal watch, but they don't want it to have this super yellowish look to it. And sometimes people don't like the yellowish look. They want this more bronze looking color to it, hence the popularity of pink gold or rose gold, whatever you want to call it. It's in 18 karat gold, as I said earlier. So the size of this watch is what I really like to tell you is 39 millimeters. That's from my thumb to my index finger. Now, me personally, I love 39 millimeter, and I tell you why. Right now, Audemars, at least as of 2020, Audemars Piguet is making chronographs in either 41 millimeter or 37 millimeter, or sorry, 38 millimeter. So either 41 or 38. Now 41 is a little bit big. If you're a bigger guy and you like bigger watches, that's perfect for you. But 41, keep in mind, Audemars Piguet wears a little bit big, and the reason it wears big is, you see how I'm holding it on its side? These edges come sloped, which actually makes, and where on other watches it's flat at a 90 degree. This is actually like a 45 degree angle, which makes the watch look a little bit bigger. See, I can't fold it any smaller than it is, which makes the bracelet always look, so you can always see the bracelet, whereas on other watches they're completely flat 90 degrees, which makes Audemars Piguet's wear a little bit bigger. So 41 is actually kind of like other watches like 43, and the 39 is actually like other watches 40 or 41. So, yeah. Anyways, they make it right now in 41 or 38. This watch is 39. I'm not really sure why they discontinued the 39. I have a 7.5 inch wrist, which is an average man's wrist size, and I'll show you at the very end. It really fits very well. 39 is a very sweet spot. I don't know why they discontinued it. They made it above and below that, but not exactly this 39. It might be because 39 fits right in the middle, whereas 38 is small and 41 is large. I don't know why, but anyways, okay, this one's 39. So, and it's, by the way, is discontinued. Okay, now let's talk about the thickness, since we're talking about the case. The thickness from my thumb to my index finger is 11 millimeters. Now that might not mean much to you, but by comparison, a Datejust is approximately 12 millimeters, and an offshore, a Royal Oak offshore, is around 14.5 millimeters, so it's a lot bigger. It's like 20% bigger. It's super thick. Okay, let's talk about the dial. Now, what I really like about this dial, it's very special. It's a silver tone with grand tapestry pattern, and it has bicolors counters and pink gold applied hour markers and Royal Oak hands with luminescent coatings. Okay, what does that all mean? Basically, you can say it's a silver dial, although some people call it white. I can't really tell, to be honest, looking at it myself without the video, it actually also looks white. So white or silver, whatever. But what I like about this is that it has these black subdials. Now, they also make this watch in yellow gold, or they used to at least, and it has a very similar reference number, it's the same. The first 5 digits are the same, 25960, but instead of OR, which stands for rose gold, it says BA, which stands for yellow gold. Now they make it in yellow gold, but they make the subdials white. It looks really lame. I don't think it looks that good. And you know what? I think the market agrees, because the rolled gold version of this, some people call it the Panda, silver with black subdials, really makes a nice contrast and makes it pop. Okay? Now, since we're talking about the dial here, as I said, it's a grand tapestry. Now, what does that mean? You see these little waffles or whatever, these little squares? Well, those squares, that's their grand tapestry pattern. In the Royal Oaks, it's called a mega tapestry pattern. It has much bigger waffles. These are like small waffles. It kind of makes sense. Royal Oak is supposed to be a dress watch. You shouldn't be having gigantic waffles. Now, I said at the beginning, this has a luminescent coating, so this is what it's going to look like at night. Now, I got to be honest, it doesn't really read that well at night. But I'm pretty sure most of us aren't going to be wearing our gold watch, to sleep. Although that is, what it's going to look like at night. You can still read it, not the best, but you can still read it. Okay, so, and by the way, if you want to get the 38mm, I have that at jazztime.com. They, for whatever reason, they keep it in rose gold, but they changed the dial, which is also very beautiful, and in its own regard has its charm. But this one, this is the only one that is a 39 with this white and black sub dial to make it look like a Panda dial. It's the only one that's like this. The new 38 looks slightly different. It has like gold sub dials, I think. Okay, anyways, and that's another watch. We'll talk about it later. Okay, let's talk about the bracelet. Now, the bracelet is an 18 karat pink gold bracelet with a folding AP clasp. Now, this part of the bracelet, the actual bracelet part, is the same as the in production version. And if you look at it, I'm trying to show you here, their bracelet is really where they shine. They really smoke everybody, if you ask me. Everybody meaning Patek and Rolex, Vacheron, they smoke them, easily smoke them. Why? Okay, well, first of all, you see the tapered design on the bracelet here, right? You can see it kind of goes shorter to skinnier. Okay, well, that's not so special. A lot of other people do that. Rolex does that, although not to quite this degree. But they do a great job. Instead of putting spring bars, they do it how it should be done, which is old school. Put a screw in there so that doesn't come undone. This ain't ever coming out unless you unscrew it, which is a really great idea. And on Rolexes and other watches, you can get some flex in the bracelet. On APs, nothing. Nothing. And they don't even put any ceramic inserts in or anything into it. And if you look at the finish, okay, now the top part of it is brushed gold. Now this part right here, if you notice the case, it kind of comes out high polished and it extends down all high polished. And then in between, it's crazy. I don't know how you would polish this. In fact, I would not polish it myself. You see where my pinky's pointing? Those are all high polished. So it makes this watch kind of glimmer in the light. It looks absolutely incredible. It's the best bracelet I've ever seen. Unfortunately, you can't see the movement, so I'm just going to tell you about it. It's a self-winding 2385 caliber movement. It's a very common movement. They've been using it for a very long time. It has a diameter of 26.2 millimeters, and the oscillator or the rotor is made in 18 karat gold and has 37 joules and has a power reserve of 40 hours and it has 304 parts. It's massive. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the newer version of this actually still uses the same 2385 movement. I think that's because the 2385 movement is very skinny. And if you compare it to the Chronograph, its older brother, which uses a caliber 3126, that movement is really fat, even though they both do the same thing. So, probably the movement is the reason why they have different thicknesses. Now, you can't really see it in the video, or at least not very clearly. On the edges here, where I'm pointing, those are all gold hallmarks. So yeah, this watch is pretty badass. Okay, where are we now? I think we pretty much finished everything, right? I talked about the chrono too. You have to actually unscrew these chronos right here. I'm going to actually do that for you right now. So you unscrew it for start stop, and it makes sense, right? You unscrew it so that. And obviously don't do this in water. The second hand is the one who's moving. Oh yeah, by the way, you know what the AP does very well is, like, have you noticed on other chronos, such as the Daytona, they don't put the date. It's pretty annoying, actually. It's one of my qualms about, hey, if you got such an expensive watch, you can't even tell the date. What's up with that? You know, how often do we use a chronograph? I, for one, don't. Okay, here we go. We're going to reset it. Nice click, and it returns back to the center. And most people are just going to wear it at the center, and then you just simply close the chronograph. And of course, it has a date here, and it's a quick set. So it's a much more functional watch. Most of us use the date. We don't really use the chronograph. Although I like to look at it, I don't really use it. You know, it's kind of too much work to unscrew this and tie it up. Like, F all that. Okay, anyhow, here we go. Let's try this thing on. Now, look, if you want to buy this watch, please don't buy it from someone else and watch my review. If you want to buy this watch, please support Jazz Time, which is why I'm sitting here on a Sunday afternoon making these YouTube videos, so people like yourself will actually go to our website jazztime.com and buy it. Okay, so here are my thoughts. Now, I for one am a huge fan of AP, and I actually really like the 39. My wrist is too small for wearing the 41. A lot of people do wear the 41, but it just looks too massive on my wrist, and I have videos of it, reviews of it on my wrist. The 41, it's also a great watch, you know, don't get me wrong, but I can't wear it because it's too big for me. So if I'm gonna wear a chronograph from AP, it's gotta be either this 39 or the 38. I can't really tell much difference between the two, 39, 38, basically the same, 1 millimeter is not much. But I definitely can tell the difference when it goes to 41, and it looks too big. Looks like I'm wearing my dad's watch. I don't really like that. So for me, I gotta wear this size watch. You know, I kind of like it how when the dial is a little bit small here, and then there's bracelet. I don't like the watch to be all head and no bracelet. It just looks lame, and it just looks like you're wearing someone else's watch. So if it really depends on your wrist size. This is my thought. And I've only sold 10,000 watches, so I guess my opinion might count for something. You know, the best looking watch is when you have dial, a little bit of bracelet, and then and then of course it needs to fit comfortable and look, not too fat. I mean, profile wise, not too thick this way. That makes sense? So for all those reasons, that's why I'm a real fan of this watch, and I really like the Panda. For me, I don't like the yellow gold that has a flat white. It looks like there's no life. This one, it breathes life to me. I love the contrast. I love the size. I actually even love the old school AP folding clasp. I like that it says that. I just love this watch. I think it's badass. So if you want to buy this watch, please go to jazztime.com, JAZTIME.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in Jazz Time, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.